Most often, we only associate listening with hearing, and for good reason. Listening is our communication activity that is used to receive and process noise. In an oral board context, we tend to equate our listening to questions with our ability to rapidly receive and process verbally delivered information so that we may respond appropriately. That's an accurate assessment. But there is another element to listening, and that has to do with perception. Think of a recent in-person conversation in which you were involved where the other person was distracted. I feel very confident that you drew the conclusion that the other person was distracted based on the nonverbal communication they were delivering. I will confidently go one step further. I am sure that they were not engaging you in sincere eye contact. More than likely, they were not looking at you at all, or if they were, they had this glossed over stare that left you believing that they were physically present, but their mind was miles away. That is frustrating for the person who is seeking to share information and can create a negative impression. So what does all of this have to do with oral boards? A great deal, actually. You have seen me put forward time and again that how you are perceived in an oral board process can have a significant impact on how you are scored. For that reason, you want to assure that you do not deliver any negative nonverbal messages. Sounds simple enough until you more closely examine the oral board process. In the overwhelming majority of oral boards or structured interview exams, the questions are being read to the candidates. This is done to assure that the same exact question is asked of each candidate to promote a sense of fairness. It is the reading of the questions that causes the concern. When the questions are being read and recited to you, the panel member who is doing that is not engaging you in eye contact. It is quite likely, however, that the other panel members who are not reading you the question are looking at you. That can be distracting and may cause you to want to respond to their eye contact because it is making you uncomfortable. Don't do this. If you do, you risk losing focus on the question being asked of you, and you will be perceived by the entire panel as not being an effective listener. So what should you do? Stare at the top of the head of the person who is looking down and reading the question. At some point, their question will come to an abrupt end, and they will look up. When they do finish their question, you want them to perceive that you are hanging on every word they were reciting, which is accomplished by their eyes meeting your focused eyes when he or she raises their eyes to yours. Additionally, if the other panel members observe you staring at the panel member reading the question to you, they too will draw the conclusion that you are an effective listener. While this may not necessarily give you more points, being perceived as a poor listener can harm you when the scoring occurs. So make your nonverbal communication work to your benefit. If you are looking for more guidance on how to excel at your oral board, go to finest.com and see if coaching, a workshop, or the new online e-learning Oral Boards Made Easy for Police Promotion course is right for you.